Hello, everybody. Eric here. It's Thursday, April 13th, and I'm here to talk about the comics from Wednesday, April 12th, and a bunch of other stuff that I was able to pick up from the weeks that I have missed because of my back. So we'll jump right in because it's a good amount of stuff. And we've got Barbaric Hell to Pay #3 from Vault Comics. As always, Barbaric, a lot of fun. Great, bloody, R rated, but funny sword and sorcery, Conan-ish type of stuff. Then we have Let's Find a Number. Let's try to find a number on here. Okay. This is Danger Street, Book 5 from DC Black Label. There's the back cover. Tom King writing it. And just a wild and crazy story with wild and crazy characters. Can't really say much more about it because I don't know that much more about it. This one looks like a lot of fun. This is Nightfall double feature #3 from Vault Comics, featuring the Cemeterians. 2 feature stories, 64 pages, horror's finest. So, yep, little anthology book. Denizen Part 3. Is this going to tell me what part this is? Apparently not. Oh, that was Denizen Part 3. This is The Cemeterians Part 3. Can't find a title page. Either way, I bet that was fun for you, looking at the top of my head as I looked through this comic. Nightfall double feature. Good horror stuff. Then we have Moon Knight, #22 from Marvel Comics. They had some really nice variant covers. This is actually the variant. They had one with Tigra on the cover, but I really like this picture of Moon Knight, so I had to go with that. This is basically, at this point, it's a Moon Knight Tigra team-up book. West of Sundown, #10 from Vault Comics. Vault just putting out the books this week. Vampire Western. It's all the rage nowadays, the horror westerns, with the Splatter Western series from Death's Head Press. And I've always been a fan of that subgenre. And then finally, for the floppies, even though this is square bound, so it's not quite floppy, this is Marvel Voices Spider-Verse. It says #1, but they're one-shots. Anthology book, bunch of different stories from a bunch of different creators, and all different versions of Spider-Man from all over the Spider-Verse. I dig it. And that was it for the floppies. Now I've got a nice stack of collected editions here. Some of these I picked up over the weekend. I've been sort of culling things. And Saturday, I went to Half Price Books and got rid of a bunch of board games and some movies and some books. Just a few things. And then I took the money that I got there. I picked up a couple books. And then I took the rest of the money that I got there and went to the comic shop to pick up a few things, trying to catch up. I always feel bad because these people have been kind enough to order these things for me in advance. It's sort of a social contract. My part of the contract is I'm going to come in and buy them. But I had a bad month. So some of these I picked up last Saturday. Some of these I picked up today. There's still stuff left behind. But we will start with Mighty Marvel Masterworks, The Mighty Thor, Volume 3. And this is The Trial of the Gods. There's a bunch of the stuff that's in it. It has Journey into Mystery 110 through 119. It's just old classic Thor. And that's the cover they gave me. What are you going to do? Then we have something I'm a little upset about. Just one of my pet peeves. But this is Batman, The Doom That Came to Gotham. I'm not happy about this little thing there. It says now a DC animated original movie. So this is basically Batman in the Cthulhu mythos. And it's, I believe, written by Mike Mignola of Hellboy fame. But he is not the artist. Mike Mignola and Richard Pace are the writers. Troy Nixey is the penciler. But it's I don't know why it doesn't say Elseworlds or Black Label on the cover anywhere. Because it's essentially an old Elseworlds. Crazy stuff. And then the last of the things I picked up on Saturday, this is The Variants, a Jessica Jones mystery, which collects the variants 1 through 5. It's from Marvel, and it is Jessica Jones running into, fighting, dealing with multiverse versions of herself. And written by Gail Simone, she's a great writer. I love the character of Jessica Jones, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. I'm back to saying that. You know I'm looking forward to reading all of them. That's why I got them. Then we have New Mutants, Volume 4. Doesn't seem to have a subtitle. Collecting New Mutants number 29 through 33 of the latest run. And this is technically Volume 6. I'm not going to go into the whole weird numbering thing. I've talked about it before when these have come in. But I will repeat myself when I say I'm not a huge fan of the X-Men, but I'm a fan of the New Mutants. X-Men depends on the writer. But I do like a lot of the characters that are in the New Mutants team. Don't know what's going on in that storyline. Then we have... Interesting. This is Avengers Forever, Volume 2. The Pillars from Marvel. This reprints or collects Avengers Forever 6 through 11 and Avengers Forever Infinity Comic 1 through 4. I don't know what that Infinity Comic is, but just one of the Avengers titles. I don't know if it's still going. There's always so many changes. New titles coming up, old titles dropping. It's hard to keep track. I know Avengers is rebooting because Jason Aaron is done with his run on Avengers. And so I think it's a new Avengers number 1 with a new writer. Hard to keep track. But characters I like in this book, Deathlock being one of the main ones. But oh my goodness, it's Cap Wolf. Didn't even know that was going to be in there. Avengers Forever Volume 2. Then we have Ghost Rider Volume 2, Shadow Country. Look at that artwork. I know the lighting's not the best, but a lot of reflections, but look at that. This has Ghost Rider, the latest iteration of Ghost Rider, 6 through 10, and Ghost Rider Vengeance Forever. Johnny Blaze, back to being Ghost Rider, dealing with all sorts of craziness. And I think Danny Ketch is in here somewhere. But this is the latest Ghost Rider. I've always been a fan of Ghost Rider. Let's see. All right, we're going to leave. Those two are going to be big ones. This is Gun Honey, Blood for Blood. Does it say it's a Volume 2? No. This reprints Gun Honey 1 through 4 or 5. I don't know how many there were. This is from Hard Case Crime, Titan Books. Titan is the comic book publisher. It's under the Hard Case Crime. It's the second Gun Honey storyline. And I'm a fan of generally Hard Case Crime stuff. The books, the prose novels, are pretty hit and miss, I think. But the comic books have been pretty good. Now, a couple of special things. So since I'm going in and sort of picking up what I can with these collected editions, and I talked to the owner of the shop, Eric Anderson, shout out, and basically said, I said, it doesn't matter to you what I pick up. If I'm spending X amount of dollars, you're getting X amount of dollars. You don't care if I pick up something that came in last week or 3 weeks ago, because you're getting the same amount. So I'm picking and choosing. I'm not necessarily picking up the oldest stuff, earliest stuff that came in versus the newest stuff, because like that Gun Honey just came in this week. But this one came in a few weeks ago, and this is Aliens, the Original Years, Epic Collection, Volume 1. It is from Marvel, but it's reprinting the stuff from Dark Horse. So this has Aliens from 1988, 1 through 6. Aliens from 1989, 1 through 4. Aliens Earth War, 1 through 4. And material from Dark Horse Presents 24 and 42 and 43. So we got a bunch of miniseries and then a little tiny story from Dark Horse Presents and a bunch of supplemental material, different covers and all sorts of stuff. But I finally got my hands on the old Dark Horse stuff. I believe I've read some of this back when it first came out, but it's nice to have it in this big honkin' edition. And then the last thing, this one came in a week or two ago. Not exactly sure, since I wasn't going to the comic shop, but this is Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood. It's a big treasury edition. You can kind of see how it is compared to a normal size trade paperback. And this collects Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood 1 through 4. It is an anthology, a whole bunch of different writers, different artists, and the entire thing is in just black, white, and red. They've done a whole series of these. Let me see if this is going to tell me what the other ones are. I could look over there. I know there's Wolverine, Carnage, Deadpool, Elektra, Moon Knight. I think that's what it is. But I have them all so far. And I like them in this Treasury edition. Look at that. Because it's just nice to have the oversized art with something like this. So there you go. That is everything that I picked up this week. All the floppies from this week, and then a bunch of different collected editions from the past 4 or 5 weeks. And I guess, I don't know if this is a good question or not, because, as always, didn't think ahead. Excuse me. What character or comic book would you like to see or think would be good for a Black, White, and Blood? I did that because some other publishers have just done Black, White, and Red. Marvel went with Blood. But what character or comic do you think would fit, would you like to see in that sort of format? Just the black and white with a lot of red. Who do you think would work in something like that? I think I think a lot of what they've done, Marvel has done, has been, I mean, great choices for it because you have some relatively violent, bloody types of characters: Deadpool, Elektra, Wolverine, Carnage. Come on. Um, so if I had to pick somebody that wasn't part of that, ooh, Tomb of Dracula. Give me Tomb of Dracula, Black, White, and Blood. 4-issue miniseries, and then in a treasury edition. Oh, you get the right artists, the right writers. I think that would be fantastic. I glanced up and I saw I have a Pinhead comic hanging on the wall, and I immediately thought horror. And I think it could be, I could pick any number of horror books, but Tomb of Dracula, I think, fits perfectly. So that's my choice. Tomb of Dracula for a Black, White, and Blood series. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here on my channel. If you wait, what am I doing? I already lost track. It's been another long week. Please like, share, and subscribe. All the usual YouTube stuff. If you care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronan5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is Eric Smith 5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. That's all I have for you this week. So until next week, read more comic books.